Hey viewers, you're watching the Savera and I'm Vidhi Joshi. Moscow has responded sharply yet diplomatically to US President Donald Trump's recent claim that Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi assured him India would soon stop purchasing crude oil from Russia. In a carefully worded statement, the Russia's government reaffirmed the importance of its energy ties with India and emphasized that India's decisions are based on its national interest, not external pressure. Russian oil is important for the Indian economy, Moscow stated, underlining that energy cooperation with New Delhi remains strong and mutually beneficial. The Russia's response came shortly after Donald Trump, speaking at the White House, claimed that Modi had assured him there would be no further oil purchases from Russia. He can't do it immediately. It's a bit of process, but it is going to be over soon, Donald Trump said, suggesting that India would soon phase out imports of Russia's crude, something he has long criticized as enabling Moscow's war in Ukraine. Reacting to this, Russia's ambassador to India, Denis Alipov, dismissed the notion that India's decisions were influenced by Donald Trump's pressure. He reiterated that India is guided by its own economic priorities and that the energy partnership between Russia and India is aligned with those goals. This is a question for the Indian government, Alipov stated, adding, "Our oil supplies are very beneficial for the Indian economy and the welfare of the Indian people." Without directly challenging India's growing ties with Washington, Russia made it clear that while it respects India's sovereign decisions and bilateral relations with the United States, it expects India to continue acting in accordance with its national interest. Alipov noted, "India and the US are independent in their decisions and we do not interfere in those issues. But India-Russia cooperation has always been equal, uninterrupted and mutually beneficial, qualities that makes its upward trajectory irreversible." India, meanwhile, stopped short of confirming Donald Trump's claims but reiterated its established position that energy procurement decisions are based on economic necessity and national security. In a statement, the Ministry of External Affairs said that the government's priority is to protect the Indian consumer in a volatile global energy scenario. "Our import policies are guided entirely by this objective," the statement read. India also highlighted its ongoing efforts to diversify energy sources and noted that energy cooperation with the US has steadily expanded over the last decade, with further discussions underway. Despite Donald Trump's assertion, India has previously made clear that it will continue purchasing Russian oil as long as it remains economically viable. Both External Affairs Minister Subramaniam Jaishankar and Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman have defended the decision, pointing out that many Western countries themselves continue buying Russia's energy, particularly gas, even while pressuring others to halt imports. The debate over India's oil trade with Russia has become a focal point in the broader geopolitical tensions surrounding the Ukraine war, which began in February 2022. Western nations, led by the US, have imposed sanctions on Moscow and have urged countries like India to reduce economic engagement with Russia. India, however, has held firm, prioritizing affordable energy access and long-term strategic autonomy. The latest exchange, triggered by Donald Trump's controversial remarks and followed by responses from both India and Russia, highlights the complex balancing act India must perform on the global stage. While deepening energy and strategic ties with the United States, India is not willing to abandon its historic and economically significant partnership with Russia. At the heart of its approach lies a simple principle: national interest first.
And the US. We proceed from the understanding that the policy of the Indian government, first of all, reflects the interests of the Indian people, the interests of national economy, and those goals do not contradict the Russia-India relations. I am sure well, actually, it is a fact that we are in a very close dialogue with the Indian government on various issues. We have a trustworthy dialogue between us, a very comprehensive interaction, and in our oil and gas cooperation, the supplies of Russian oil to India. We have the figures, we have the ongoing cooperation. I think we will continue to discuss the cooperation in this sector with India. And as far as the relations between India and the US is concerned, we do not interfere into those issues. This is a bilateral track of India with the US, and India has a bilateral track with us. We consider those independent. Our relationship is not directed against anyone. It reflects the ties for the benefit of our countries. We think that our supplies of oil is very beneficial for the Indian economy, for the welfare of Indian people. And the Prime Minister, the Indian government has gone on record on many accounts that these are the reasons for the current extensive cooperation with Russia in energy.